Yes, YouTube, what's happening? Today, we're going to be talking about shadowboxing. Now, shadowboxing, if you are familiar with martial arts, Muay Thai, boxing, you'll know what shadowboxing is. But to those who don't know what it is, shadowboxing is kind of like doing maths in your head when you're studying for a maths exam. Shadowboxing is like reading that textbook of the subject that you're studying about. Shadowboxing is like looking into the mirror and fixing up your looks. So in shadowboxing, I do Muay Thai, so my stance is a bit square, a bit different. But you can do it wherever you like, and that's the great thing about shadowboxing. You can do it wherever, and you can practice all the things you know, the basic strikes, you've got jabs, you've got crosses, knees, elbows, double jabs. If you're an MMA guy, takedowns as well. You've got a whole range of different things you can do in shadowboxing, and it's great because you can do it anywhere. You can do it walking down the street, you can do it walking to the shops, you can do it walking to the barbers, you can do it walking to your girlfriends, wherever you want. The reason we do it is for mental programming, okay? It's basically programming our minds to move in a certain way, and it helps us to find our style. If you're a taller fighter, your style may be more teeps. You may want to throw front kicks a bit more jabs, crosses, teeps again, you know, leg kicks, round kicks. You're not gonna really wanna box too tight as much because your power, your benefit is when you're at the distance. If you're a shorter fighter, then you may be a bit different. You maybe want to be a bit more square on, a bit more round, you know. You may want to throw more round shots, knees, elbows maybe, a bit closer shots, closer contact. And what the great thing about shadowboxing is you can implement anything in shadowboxing, anything you'd like. So you can watch a video, you can watch one of your favorite fighters and then imitate the way they move. Maybe you might like one of their fakes they might throw. You might like a fake that they throw and then you might want to imitate that and then start practicing it. And then you can start applying it into sparring. But shadowboxing really helps with our muscle memory, especially for athletes, because we don't always want to be thinking about our bodies when we're performing. We just want our bodies just to do. We want it to be nailed into our subconscious. And the more you shadowbox, the more you work your muscle memory, the more those movements that you need specific for your sport, the more they'll come into play and the more they'll help you. I know for me, for example, in one of my fights, I was fighting against a taller guy. We had a game plan in training camp. We had a game plan to really push forward. Because he was taller than me, I was short, I was a shorter, stockier build. And for that fight, throughout the training camp, I was imitating a fighter called Raymond Dekkers. Now, a lot of you Muay Thai fans, you may know who this is, but he's a Dutch kickboxer. I think he was the first Farang to actually go to Thailand and fight out there. Or maybe the first Farang, which is basically foreigner, to actually win a title out there. Yeah, I was watching how he was throwing his hooks, watching how he was pressuring his opponent. Because I knew that's what I had to do in order to get the win for this fight I was throwing. Okay, so I'd be watching Raymond Dekkers, he'd be like throwing like this, boom, 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 boom. He'd be having a wide stance, really loading up on them hooks. And that's what I wanted to practice as well. Because I wanted to get my opponent in the corner so I could load up on shots, so I could bully him, so I could like get closer to him and push him and keep him at my distance so I could play my game and not his game. Because if I stayed at a distance, then I'd be playing into his game. I'd be getting round kicked, I'd be getting teeped, and I'd be losing the fight. So in a fight, you always got to make sure you're pushing your own game. You can do that in shadowboxing. You can mix up techniques. So for that training camp, I remember I'd be practicing different entries which I could use to get closer to him. I remember training with my coach, Miles. He was showing me a great way to enter close and load up on shots. I'd even practice pushing him as well, pushing him on the pads as I came in. So I'm really just like kind of bullying and being that bully short fighter to really get the advantage. I would be doing that in the gym. I'll be doing that outside of the gym. I'd be doing it when I had my food in the microwave, when I was waiting for my food to be cooked in the microwave. I'd be shadowboxing, practicing the different movements because I need that muscle memory. I really need that tapped in order to take that win and to take that fight. And the great thing about shadowboxing, anyone can do it. You may look a bit silly, you may look a bit dumb, but it doesn't matter what people think. It matters what you think and if you think you're improving or not. And if you don't think you're improving, then stop caring about others and do some shadowboxing. I remember when I'm coaching and I tell people to shadowbox, you get beginners mostly who are awkward about it. And they're not, okay, fair. I was a little bit awkward about it to begin with, but then the more you throw it, the more you see other people are doing it, I'm like, okay, cool, let's just do it. Let's just throw, let's just get into the rhythm, and let's just start shadowboxing. I had a Thai coach, Kim, and that would be the warm-up. It would just be shadowboxing. Every class, I remember, it was shadowboxing. Shadowboxing, 10 minutes. That's all it was. There was no fancy running around. There's no stretches or anything. It's just shadowboxing because shadowboxing warms you up as well. It's a great warm-up even before you might be going on a run. You don't want to do static stretches before you go on a run. You want to loosen up your body a bit more and do some more dynamic stretches. And you know, what better dynamic stretches can you do than when you're shadowboxing? So you can do that as a warm-up before you go on a run. You can even do it as a cool-down when you get back from a run. Shadowboxing in the shops. You can do shadowboxing in the park. You can do shadowboxing in the airport. You can do shadowboxing anywhere. I can't get enough of shadowboxing. I remember going through a phase in my life where I was just addicted to shadowboxing. I just wanted to shadowbox every single day. I'd wake up, boom, throw a few shots. Boom, I'd go into the kitchen, get my breakfast. Boom, throw a few shots. As I'm waiting for it in the microwave, boom, boom, boom. You know, boom, sit down, finish my milk, throw a few more shots, bam, bam. I just practiced that move that I saw on Instagram last night. So yeah, that's shadowboxing, guys. I hope you implement that into your training routine if you're not doing so already. And anyone can do it. You got advanced people doing it, professionals doing it, beginners doing it, intermediates doing it, coaches doing it. Your grandma's probably doing it. So yeah, get shadowboxing, guys. And thank you guys for watching. And I'll see you in the next video. Boom.